Next, let us look at Noam Chomsky's language acquisition device theory. So Chomsky says that children are born with a predisposition or an ability to learn language. And LAD, that is the language acquisition device, is a hypothetical mental tool. That is, it is not a specific organ or a part of the brain. It is a general mental ability that helps children rapidly learn new languages. And this LAD stops being effective as children grow older, which is why adults find it very difficult to learn new languages, whereas children can very easily pick up 1, 2, or 3 new languages. And Chomsky says that LAD has evolved to make humans better at learning and understanding languages because humans are capable of using very complex language and other animals are not. So that is because humans have this LAD at the beginning of their life, that is during their childhood. They have the language acquisition device which helps humans learn and understand language. And children across the world develop language in a similar way. That is, if you look at children across India where so many different languages are used, or if you look at children in Europe, so where again many different languages are used. So irrespective of the language, children seem to develop language in a similar way, which seems to say that this language acquisition device is a part of the human brain. So irrespective of which language is being used or where the children are across the world, they seem to learn languages and develop languages in a similar way. And the concept of LAD has developed into the universal grammar theory. So what is this universal grammar theory? Well, again, there are so many different languages across the world. There are so many languages in India. There are so many languages in Europe. There are so many languages across Asia. But all languages seem to have similar structures and rules. That is, they seem to have very similar grammar. They seem to have concepts of verb and adjective and noun. So how did this happen? And this is probably because all humans have a LAD, that is the language acquisition device. And because all humans are developing languages through this language acquisition device, all languages have some sort of a universal grammar. And Chomsky also talks about this concept of generative grammar. That is, if you look at the native speakers of any language, they automatically seem to know how to use a proper grammar and syntax. For example, a child who is just now learning to use full sentences uses sentences in a correct way. For example, a child will say, I want to eat the apple, right? Because the child seems to know what is the correct syntax, what is the correct way to use these words. The child can use the apple to I want eat. Right? Now that wouldn't have made sense, and the child is not going to use a sentence in such a way. So how does the child know what is the proper way of using those words to convey a meaning? And that is probably because of this concept of generative grammar, where humans are generating the grammar in their own brain, which seems to be connected with the language acquisition device. So this is Noam Chomsky's LAD theory.